In today's episode we are installing a bunch of core mods, we are fixing some of the combat in Skyrim, we are also installing DynDOLOD and much more. Welcome to another boring episode of Modding Skyrim Anniversary Edition. This is episode 3 and we are continuing to make Skyrim Anniversary Edition the best game it can possibly be. If you are watching this video right now and you are new, you can throw a like and subscribe, it helps me find my audience, and also comment down any feedback to help me improve those videos. These series are made for new players. The goal of this series is to make Skyrim a very stable game and also try to maintain the vanilla spirit of the game. We are starting pretty cognitive here, keyword item distributor. I swear few days ago it did not have an update that was working for Anniversary Edition. Power of 3 came up with a new update that now makes this to work for Anniversary Edition. We need this for a bunch of mods to take place. That being said, when you go down to the next requirements, we have everything installed. We don't care about this and this, which comes for VR support. Go to the files and download by clicking Mod Manager Download. Let's go and grab a very important mod, and this is the Open Animation Replacer. There is another mod called Dynamic Animation Replacer. Don't get confused because Dynamic Animation Replacer and Open Animation Replacer is exactly the same thing. However, Open Animation Replacer is the guy that your girlfriend told you not to worry about. He's better, he's faster, he's much more updated, and we need this to make most of the animations we are going to get on this episode and the later episodes to actually work. If you install this and your game is not properly cooked, or if you haven't watched my previous episodes, your game is going to look as broken as any Bethesda game.
What is it? Dragons?
So again, we go down to the requirements. Always do this no matter what mod you install, because they give you lots of information. We need to grab the animation queue fix and also the per animation improvements. Go to the files, click Mod Manager Download and get that. Make sure that if you don't have those, the latest visual drives, make sure to check if you have them or not, because some of you guys are commenting down on my videos when it comes down to some stuff like that. So make sure you have those. Go to the animation queue fix, which does exactly what the mod implies. We have both of those two. Thingy is installed, so let's go and download this as well. Go ahead and grab the paired animation improvements and install that. We have everything here in the requirements, and again we're going to scroll down and grab both of those. We need to run Nemesis to make sure those are properly working for our game. After we're going to click deploy. Always click deploy mods. Let's also go and grab the improved camera special edition. And if you scroll all the way down, to open this you need to press shift and home and a menu pops up and you can actually adjust the FOV you want. To the requirements we only need address library, which we installed in the first episode, and Jiminy Christmas, we actually got an update for this, which is fantastic news. Install that. Let's grab the dual casting fix. There is no requirements for this. The only thing you require is you hovering with the mouse and downloading this. We have the first person animation teleport back fix. It's gonna take me a long time to explain what this does. There is an error or a bug with Nemesis and this fixes that. Install that. We have the scripts carefully reworked and optimized by Ferrari. Ferrari made for the past year or so a bunch of script mods, and this one includes all pieces of his work into one file. Let's go to the files and install the second file over here. Select the version you have for the dual casting fix, which is Anniversary Edition Plus, and install that. Do you remember when we installed community shaders? Let's actually properly install everything. It's going to make the game look absolutely fantastic while again maintaining the spirit of the game. We are installing all of those bad boys over here, and then we are getting DynDOLOD working. This is the wetness effect that is going to take place interface with community shaders. If you go to the requirements, again, which we're going to do for every mod here, there is the dynamic cube map. First of all, let's install this. We have the vanilla HDR, and if you go to the requirements and you check this, the mod author says use either community shaders or the shaders tools. So again, we only need to install this and be done with it. Grab the main file and install that. We have the dynamic cube maps, and oh my god, this is a very cute cat. That being said, you go to the requirements, and as you can see, we need the sky reflection fix. Go to the files, install that, and then move to the sky reflection fix, which, don't ask questions, all of those mods will be combined like the Exodia pieces in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they will give us the best visuals while maintaining 60 FPS all the time. This is a tree load lighting, which is going to add light into the trees when it comes to the load distance. Once we install DynDOLOD, this is going to look even more impressive. Go here and download this. Go to the grass lighting, it adds grass lighting to the grass. Go to the grass collision, which, as you guessed, it's going to add grass collision, which is insane. Only need to install this and enable it. We have the screen space shadows, which is going to add shadows to grass and a lot of parallax textures, and this makes the game combined with everything look fantastic. It works on faces, and this is how I look when I mod my game. We're going to install that. We have the complex parallax materials. On episode 1, if I remember correctly, we've installed parallax and community shaders. This is going to use the engine and everything we have installed to make everything parallax, which means we will be using 1K and some of 2K textures, and the game will look like everything runs at 4K. That's the trick parallax does to your eyes. On the requirements, we have installed all of those on the first episode, so we just go here and install that. We have the water blading, which adds water blading. Something to make clear for those of you who are watching those parts, I am not going to install a water mode and a grass mode. We are using vanilla assets because just like the music of Skyrim, they are perfect the way they are, so are you. Go ahead and download this. Don't forget to enable everything we have installed. To go to the light limit fix, this limits the lights, and this is so crazy because when you are using an ENB, you cannot limit the lights. Community shaders will detect areas where they are very farther away, and it's going to limit the light sources, which is another great way to min-max stability. This is an insanely good mod. We don't need anything on the requirements aside from community shaders. I guess we install both of those. We have the water parallax, which is going to grab the vanilla water and add parallax into it. So we have the water caustics. Caustics, that's me trying to make sense of this word. This is going to come again as a puzzle piece to make the water look the best it can possibly look. Subsurface scattering, which is going to make the skin look like this when it comes to all of the lighting. And if you're someone who likes looking at your character and how hot he is or his armors, this is a must. Always check the requirements, make it a hobby to check those. We need nothing aside from community shaders. Go to this, which has got a new patch by the way, and install it. And after we're done with DynDOLOD, I am going to log into the game and show you how badass our game looks. Also go and grab the dynamic cube maps for metal, which is going to add cube maps for metallic stuff. Now, next, we are moving to DynDOLOD, guys. So the very first mod we need to install is the DynDOLOD 3 Alpha, and this is a mod that you need to have it outside of your game or your mod manager. We need to manually install this and extract it, and we are going to link this to our mod manager, and I'm gonna show you how. Once DynDOLOD is extracted like this, you need to spot it, click on it, and this is exactly how it looks. Always make sure to run the exe and not the 64. If you encounter any issues with the exe files, try the opposite. But what I am going to do now, first of all, we're gonna go to our mod manager and we will go to our dashboard. And we're gonna go all the way down, and you see how I have DynDOLOD and TextGen that was from a previous build of Skyrim. I'm gonna go to TextGen, click edit, and you will select this and try to spot where DynDOLOD is. And we're going to select the TextGen. This is it. We're gonna save, and I am going to do the exact same for DynDOLOD. Do the exact same thing here. and pick DynDOLOD, click open and save this. And as you can see now, we have both of them running and working. Let's actually install the resources. We go to DynDOLOD NZ, we go to the files, and we need to grab the main file over here that works for our version of the game. And then we go to the DynDOLOD resources and we're going to install that to add the resources. We're going to wait for DynDOLOD to finish installing and we're going to try and run this. Select all of those and don't select anything else and click finish. The first thing we need to run is TextGen. Here is a bunch of things we get to choose. We go for special edition, anniversary edition, we're selecting that and clicking start. This window will pop up and I recommend you to use exactly the settings as they are, and it even tells you where it's going to be saved, so let me check that really quick, which is exactly where we want it to be, and click start. That's gonna take some time. Go drink some coffee, grab a sweet roll and relax and wait for this process to finish.
2,000 years later.
Click zip and exit. What just happened is that the program saved the TextGen files, aka the billboards. You see this icon on the top left, install from files. You will click on this crap, it will direct you to this, which is the DynDOLOD. If it doesn't, try and find it and get to this part. You will go to the TextGen output, click on this crap, and this bad boy, you're going to select it and click open, and now the game, Vortex is going to install all the billboards we generated, which means we're going to get all of the trees working. On top of that is what DynDOLOD is going to use to make this whole thing work. And this is something extremely important. Anytime you are going to update your TextGen files, let's say you install a new grass mod or a new tree mod, if you have to generate, and this is very important, the TextGen again, you will need to go to the TextGen output and delete that and remove that as well from your mod manager. If you don't do that, TextGen will not be able to run itself and generate those files again. Let's go back to our dashboard and it's time to click DynDOLOD and run this. Select Skyrim Special and Anniversary Edition and run it. What you need to do is right click here and select all, but scroll all the way down and you see the thumbnail Skyrim. Don't select that because anytime I had this on, not only it was causing issues, but it couldn't let the tool run. Click the medium here and it's going to run itself. Now, this is going to take a long time.
A few moments later.
Zip and exit. We're going to grab Happy Little Trees, Happy Little Tree add-on and the Skyland for Happy Little Trees. This mod is the best tree overhaul when it comes to performance, stability, and as you can see in the distance, this is how our tree lot is going to look like. Let's go to the files here. What we need to get is the main file and the main optional file. Grab both of those and install them. Then we need to go to the Happy Little Tree add-ons DynDOLOD edition and we want to grab the performance version, aka the main file only, and go for the update files and grab this file over here. The Skyland mode for Happy Little Trees, which is going to make the Happy Little Trees to look even more happier and even more better. As this happens, let's go and grab some mods to make Skyrim's combat slightly better, guys. This is Precision, the best mod on the Nexus, an insane mod, and when we go to the requirements, we have everything installed, so go here and grab this. This is going to completely change the combat or how precision on strikes work, and it's going to feel like you're playing a better version of Skyrim. Let's grab a bunch of supplementary mods like self-targeting stuff, animation fix, and again we have all of those installed. The requirements, that is, get this one, the assorted animation fixes, which fixes some issues with a bunch of vanilla animations. We want to grab the weapon switch animation fix and install that. And also go and grab the Better Jumping Skyrim Special Edition, which is the best jumping overhaul on the market. Go and grab the main file over here that works for Anniversary Edition. And on top of that, we want to grab the SMC Skyrim Motion Control. This combined with the better jumping, it will make it where you will have acceleration on your movement, and that will work with jumping as well. It really adds up, and if you want to modernize your game while again keeping the vanilla atmosphere, this is the mode to grab. Grab the main version and install that. Let's install the pristine vanilla movement. This is the best movement mode out there that makes again everything look exactly like vanilla Skyrim, but slightly better. Go ahead and install that. And let's also grab KG Animations 200, which is going to add vanilla-like animations for 200 weapons. It looks very similar with vanilla again, but slightly altered. Go ahead and install that. So again, click all trees, and tree size, sure thing, it's gonna play different sizes. I'm gonna go for default, enable it, and start installing the rest. We will have to run both TextGen and also DynDOLOD after this to have all of the trees take place, and it will be nice to show you the before and after. Happy Little Tree Mods is my favorite tree mod that I have been using forever. Let's go and install Wildcat, which is a very good combat overhaul for Skyrim. We want to get that and install it. It's going to add bleeding, it's going to adjust the difficulty and make the game much more better. The last mod we're going to install after everything we have so far, closing up the video, is going to be Vokrinator Choice Cuts. And this includes a bunch of mods, as you can see here, that all of them together work out to completely enhance the leveling system, the magic system, the combat, everything combined with Wildcat, that is. The installation order is very strict and you must install those mods exactly on the order. But first, I want to see how Skyland goes. As you can see, Precision is here and we're going to click on that so Nemesis can select it and have it run. So we have Precision and Animation Teleport Bug Fix. Click Launch Nemesis. Now that this is done, close this and let's launch TextGen again. Select Skyrim Special Edition. We have deleted everything and that's going to take around roughly 2 minutes, and once this finishes, we're going to run DynDOLOD again and we will go into the game and check how things play.
A few moments later.
It is done, guys. Click zip and exit. Now we're going to Vortex and go to our mods, install from files and select the TextGen and let it be installed, now including the happy little trees. Sort the conflicts and we're going to run DynDOLOD. Let's deploy mods first. Click DynDOLOD, select Skyrim, and we're going to generate again the happy little trees that will work for our version of the game. Select everything aside from Tamriel/Skyrim. Click medium and that should do it. You can go for high if you want, but I like to have 60 frames everywhere I go. And now that's gonna take around 10 minutes, guys.
One eternity later.
Click save and zip. And again, I am very surprised, guys, how well this is going. And let's check how the game looks again. As you can see, the loading animations thingy there goes to show that the stuff we added, including precision, is working and is loaded. The difference is night and day. I love this. I am so glad we've done this. And now we come here where we are going to install all of those. Go and grab the main file of Mysticism and install it. Wait for the mod to be installed so that way we do it exactly the way the mod author wants us to do it. I am going to install Experience, which is going to change how Experience work and leveling when it comes to Skyrim. This changes how the game plays, but in a better way. Go for whatever resolution you have and install that. Now Now, let's get perk. Skyrim perk enhancements. We also need to install the Power of 3 Papyrus Extender and go and grab the second file here that works for Anniversary Edition and install that. Enable all of the mods we have, click on this one. Now that we are done with perk, let's install Adamant. After that is installed, let's grab a path of sorcery. And then we need to go on Vokrinator and install the main file, and let's also grab Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim, and install that. And lastly, we scroll up, we go to files, and we get this over here, and we're going to install that. Also grab the optimized scripts for Ordinator and install that. And also grab paper, which is something we need for some of the mods to work here. Grab Flash FX, which is going to add nice effects when you are casting any of the alteration spells on yourself, and also go and grab the Mysticism Flash FX patch and install that too. Go and get the archery locational damage, which is going to really change how archery plays. Select the first file here for our Anniversary Edition, select complex, and that should do it. And I forgot to grab the Ordinator combat styles. My apologies. Grab the ESL as it was instructed on Vokrinator, and that is going to fix the missing masters. My apologies, guys. And that was the episode, guys. Don't forget to launch Nemesis, don't forget to launch Loot. Thank you for watching. We've managed to get a bunch of stuff working together, and with every episode we're getting closer to a much more better and modern version of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Thank you for watching as always, and if you made it through the end of the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment down anything below to boost the algorithm, and I will see you on the next episode. Till next time, happy modding.